Welcome to Mighty Married Moms. Join us at our kitchen table twice a week as the Mighty Married Moms, Debbie, Linda, Wendy,
invite spectacular guests to weigh in on staying sexy, vibrant, and healthy,
building marriages with soul-satisfying connection, raising happy, healthy, successful kids. Conversations with Mighty Married Moms will bring you closer to the life you really want. Episode 60.
Hi, and welcome to Mighty Married Moms. This is Linda with All Well Breaks Loose.
Debbie with You Can Raise Great Kids.
And Wendy from connectagain.org.
Mm-hmm. And together we are Mighty Married Moms. Thanks for listening in. We just, I don't even know how to describe.
I think we just fell in love with Donovan Green.
We just fell in love with Donovan Green. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, but he's an awesome person. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell, Linda, you were talking about his energy when we turned off the camera and we said goodbye to him. We were like, whoa, that man's energy is incredible. Mm-hmm. And it's so true. And you can see why.
And authentic.
Totally authentic.
Infectious. Like you, talking to him, your whole... Talk about your cellular level of energy changing. Just talking to him brings you to this like spiritually happy place. Like there's something about his presence that was, even although we weren't in the same room together, we were really talking on the computer screen. So that's really how powerful he is.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah.
So check him out.
Yep.
His website, by the time you read this, his new website should be up really soon. It's
projectslimdown.com right now, and we'll be moving to chairworkouts.com.
Which I'm sure will be a redirect if,
and it'll be on the show notes, so we don't have to worry too much about it, but just so you know.
And chairworkouts.com or chair workouts, isn't it funny how we got to that? From he had another book prior, well, probably still has the book out called Healthy Couch Potatoes.
Yeah.
And he said I just didn't really feel like that was capturing exactly what I wanted to say. So chair workouts is a little bit better, but interesting, literally work out from the chair.
Yeah.
Did you love this, what we did?
Yeah, we were working out our arms.
We just did this little exercise of doing
our
this.
arms
And
straight elbows and
he's so right about that. I mean, I work on a regular basis, and I work at a fitness club. I teach hydro conditioning, and it is very true. You don't have to do a lot to get big benefits. You know, and I think I do a lot of yoga too, and people think, oh, I'm not going to do yoga. It's like too slow. It's just about stretching. It's like, and I tell people, no, that's not what it's all about. You don't have to be lifting 300-pound, dead weights to get in shape and be fit. You can really do small things. Often consistently,
that's the thing,
and you will get big results. And I think that's really a common theme that we've been talking about on our podcast with a lot of guests, is that whole consistent
Small
mindset,
changes.
consistent action, taking action can yield big results. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week. I think Americans in particular, we want instant results. I want to go to the gym and say, oh my gosh, my body looks different. Look at that. I just did a workout. But, it doesn't work that way. And you don't change your mindset overnight. You don't change your life overnight. But, and I think, I don't remember who said it. It might have been Brian Tracy. I think it was, that we over predict what we can accomplish in a year, but we overestimate, but we underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years. So if you put your mind to something and you just do it diligently, consistently, little by little, over time, you're going to change. You can change your whole life. You can change your body. You can change your health. You can change your mindset. You can change your success.
Everything.
Yeah.
A lot of that though too is setting up the rituals and the habits and the systems and the processes that will put you on that path to success.
Right.
And the more often you do them, the more the easier it becomes. And it's not usually just that 3 weeks where you're going to be able to say, oh, I've done it every day for 3 weeks and now I have a habit. No, because
21 days.
That's not the magic number anymore.
Right.
They've found out that it's a lot closer to like 6 months. So you have to really, really stick with whatever your new habit or ritual is in order to make those changes that you want to see, whether it's about nutrition, whether it's about exercise, whether it's about communication with people in your family, whatever it might be.
You just got to keep practicing it.
But so on the topic of mindset and setting your mind to do something, I thought that Donovan's story was...
Oh my gosh.
Just...
Yeah.
From whence he came and
whence he came to where he is, and growing up in the Bronx.
Jamaican immigrant, age 4, growing up in the Bronx and
being bullied, beaten.
Yep.
And
he had man boobs. If you saw him, you got to turn into the YouTube video. He doesn't have man boobs anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. But yeah, he said he was a heavy kid, and he had an accent, and he was picked on and bullied and beaten, and he had to learn to defend himself. He had to learn to, as he said, instead of what he watched murders, he watched gangs, he watched drug deals
in real life.
He grew up with all that stuff, and he said, but he didn't want to allow himself to become a product of his environment.
Right.
He didn't want to just sit back and let his environment control him. So one of the things that he did that I thought was so fascinating was just starting to notice the flowers, notice the birds, notice the sky, appreciating nature.
Yeah.
And appreciating nature took him out of the mindset of being, part of that other environment that he was always exposed to, and appreciating the beauty of the world and the beauty of life and the beauty of the cycle of life, whatever it was, he was appreciating. So I don't know, that's really stuck with me. I when I walk out today after we film this episode, I'm gonna just
appreciate
nature. Yeah. It was really everything that he said was powerful. But that really stuck with me.
Wendy, you had something that really stuck with you.
You mean at the end?
Well, when he was talking about when they tell me no.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That really hit me between the eyes. He said, when people tell me no, I say yes. And I just had, as I said, I think in the episode, that somebody shared something with me that I took as wow, that kind of just put a bucket of cold water over my head about the direction that I thought that I was on, the steps that I thought I was taking to move toward a particular goal. So I was like, oh, your opinion just really changed everything for me, and I'm kind of downhearted about it. But then hearing Donovan today, you tell me no, I say yes. And I just got this, I sat up a little straighter. I felt a little bit maybe other people haven't, maybe the numbers aren't necessarily in my favor to think that I'm going to be one of the ones that's going to break through that barrier. But I'm sure going to give it a try. I'm not going to let one person's opinion. Right. And they weren't trying to derail me. I took just the way I took it. Help. Yeah, they're trying to help.
Which is always the case.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Right? Anytime somebody gives, not anytime, but a lot of times people feel that they're trying to help you by, giving you sort of
a warning.
The reasons why things aren't going to work.
Yeah.
Right. The reasons
it's like a warning. Just in case. So just so you are aware.
Or they read you the statistics and you go, oh, all right. Well, the statistics aren't with me. Well, I might be one of the 3% that do make it.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
And I have to say, one of the things that derails me, or I allow, that doesn't do it, I allow it to derail me, is my background is in the arts. I'm an artist. I've done a lot of theater. I'm a singer. I've done, lots of things, and I think that's just so... I'm easily distracted, and I haven't really done anything well. I say, jack of all trades, master of none. That whole story, right? And so to listen to Donovan talk about really years of being a barber and having a whole bunch of different jobs, right? And he was saying that was, sort of the joke about Jamaicans, right? They have 20 jobs. And he said I had at least 15 of them, and that he was a barber because he got frustrated trying to teach people about fitness and health, and they didn't want to listen in his environment that he was in. So he decided to be a barber, but he's still so passionate about it, he couldn't help himself. Right? When you're really passionate, you can't help yourself. Yeah. And he built it in by creating competitions in his barbershop.
I love it.
I know, really.
Wow.
Top 20.
That's great.
Yeah, it is.
Really,
it is.
That was another, every moment was inspiring. Yeah. That's another thing that I'm going to think about, Donovan, forever and ever. I'm going to keep thinking about that. Really love that he did that, and it grew into this whole fitness program that he has, and where he's at today, and becoming a celebrity trainer. Right. So going from somebody who, he was so passionate, he was training people and not even charging them. Yeah. He just wanted people to be healthy so badly. Yeah. And he was barely scraping by to keep his gym open, and now he's training Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
Dr.
Mehmet Oz and his wife, evidently.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Very amazing.
It's quite a story.
But he said he didn't like that title.
No,
celebrity trainer. He wants to be known as the trainer of the people, or people's trainer, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I thought was really cool.
But one of the takeaways though is he used to get people to do push-ups or sit-ups or whatever it was in his barbershop through competition, and I think that's something whatever it takes to inspire you and motivate you, and for a lot of people it is a little bit of competition.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. find a way to incorporate that into your life. Find a way to pull that in so that you can be inspired and motivated. You have to take sometimes a little bit of self-awareness, some introspection to figure out what motivates me. What, is it when somebody tells me no, I say yes? Is it when I get into a competition with a, friendly competition with a friend or somebody else who happens to be hanging around? What is it that inspires me in order to accomplish the goals that I set for myself and work that into your routine and your habits? I think I think that was part of my takeaway from that.
Find that inspiration. Right.
And he also, when he was talking about motivation particularly with weight loss, he said the physical weight is only temporary. In order to really solve the problem of being overweight, you have to look at the mental, emotional, and spiritual weight loss issues. So you have to dig in deep, and that's what coaches are for, right?
Right.
And that's that 5 whys that I mentioned briefly. Yet the surface reason, the surface story that we tell ourselves is never the real issue.
Yeah.
So if you have a story that you're telling yourself, I'm talking now to our viewers and our listeners, if you have a story that you're telling yourself about a goal that you want to achieve, and there's this voice that's inside of you saying, no, I can't do that, or I'll never get to that level, or whatever it might be, say to yourself, okay, why not? Well, because such and such and such and such. And you just say, okay, well, why is that?
Yeah.
And then you have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. Ask yourself at least 5 whys.
Go 5 layers.
5 layers to get to the real reason, because otherwise you're going to bury that in your subconscious, and you're not going to, you're just going to accept that surface story. And I think that was a big takeaway for me too.
Yeah. Me too, absolutely. And he says, no excuses. That's his book. No Excuses Fitness is his book that he has out that's amazing. And he said, so he allows is an important word, his clients to exhaust all their excuses. Until they figure out that it's not really, it's not, the story isn't what they thought it was, and they actually can fit the workouts in. They actually can eat healthy. They can fit it in. We all can, if we want to, and it's just getting ourselves, as Debbie just said, as Donovan talked to us today about, is shedding the weight of the excuses, whatever they are, and the spiritual and all that has to wash away first, so that you can then commit and take action and do it. As he said, it's time for action. Time for action.
It's time for action. It is time for action.
Yeah. And so, and we've talked about mindset a lot, right? Junkie mindset in, junkie behavior, right?
Yeah.
Good mindset, good behavior. Junk food in your body, junky, unhealthy body, right? Good food goes in, you're healthy. So you can kind of understand it on that basic level, on a physical level, and it's definitely on a spiritual level as well. And those excuses are junk. They want to put the junk in.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's hard, to be fair though, we have these excuses because what we're doing is we're protecting ourselves. We're afraid of dealing with the underlying issue because it hurts.
Right, yeah.
Sure.
It really hurts to deal with that underlying issue. So you create these layers, but if you peel back the onion to what's really at the core, then you can deal with it and then move on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you'll feel so much better about yourself.
And I think you can not be aware that there are underlying issues. I think you can absolutely not be aware. You just think, gosh, I'm not accomplishing what I need, or I keep gaining the weight back, and I'm just not quite doing it. But you don't even know that there's something deeper in there. And there's always something deeper in there.
It's all subconscious. Like I said, it's the way we protect ourselves.
Yeah.
And that protection may not be needed anymore.
Exactly.
And but you're in a different place now, or whatever.
Right. It may have been necessary at one point.
Absolutely.
And that's a good point, Wendy. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
It may have been necessary at some point.
Totally.
Right.
Or else you wouldn't have come up with it.
Right.
You wouldn't have come up with that reason, like I have a few pounds on me, and I remember going to an eating therapist years ago. She specialized in eating therapy, and one of the things she said to me was, she said, "Good for you for figuring it out." And I said, "What?" She says, "Good for you for putting on extra weight." And I was like, "What?" And what she was saying was, she said, whatever was going on in your life as a kid, you coped with it by saying, "I'm just going to eat." She goes, "You didn't cut yourself. You didn't, run away from home or whatever. You found a coping mechanism that worked well enough at the time, and now you're here with me, so you must be interested in putting that to the side. I was like, yeah, but she was like, good for you for figuring it out, of how to take care of yourself in the midst of whatever.
And good for you for being resilient and keep pushing yourself through it. Right?
Pushing, yeah, exactly. So that was a fascinating thing. I think that's what he was touching on.
Yeah,
by
absolutely
that.
he was.
You know, yeah, but that there was a time in a season, and now you maybe don't need that anymore, and that's where the whys come in.
Right.
Right. Why do you think that? Oh, everybody else can lose weight, but I can't. Well, why do you think that? You could keep peeling that back. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be just about weight. It could be absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you're picking on that because that's his thing.
Yeah,
but,
right. Absolutely anything in your life. You've created a story for yourself, and what's the underlying real issue. And if you need a coach to help you dig down deep a little bit, get in touch with us.
Yeah.
But if that's something that you can just sit down with a journal and write down. This is my story, and write it down, and then write underneath that why, and then write the answer to that why, and then say, well, why that, and then write the answer to that why. This is something that we can do on our own too.
I was just going to say he mentioned he called it mental resiliency.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think you can be mentally resilient and hang on to your story, or he called it the file cabinet, right? Your file cabinet, and you can hang on to the file cabinet and keep the same story because we're resilient that way. We can keep the story and keep pushing along, or we can change the story by peeling back the onion and asking the why and create a new, healthier mental resiliency. I mean, we didn't talk about specifically what he meant by that, but I'm just sort of thinking about it right now as we're speaking. In my mind, that's kind of churning for me, coming out for me that mental resiliency can be two things. We can be hanging on to the wrong things, and we can also be opening up to the new things and create a new mental resiliency that's going to push us forward to where we want to be. Whatever it is that wherever you want to go.
I don't feel like dragging that filing cabinet around after me.
I know.
I don't either.
No.
Right.
We're kind of mixing all our metaphors.
I'm going to go back and
that's okay.
Clean up those files.
Old and
Throw
dusty.
away the ones we don't need.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
We need a hard drive now as opposed to a file cabinet. Right. Change it up. Change it up.
Good.
So, but anyway, this we need to conclude our show today, but really
Go check out
Donovan Green. Listen to the podcast.
He said you can email him. Do you want to know his email? His email is donovan@shockct.com.
CT for Connecticut.
I think that's Connecticut, right? Yeah. So Donovan, DONOVAN @SHOCKCT.com.
But I think even better, find him at Share Workouts on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's really a great way to connect with him. You'll be able to read about what he's doing, and be in tune with all the stuff that he's got coming out.
Yeah.
So Share Workouts on Facebook, and the new site will be in about a month. We don't know when the show will air, but it'll be shareworkouts.com.
Yep.
And this is Mighty Married Moms, and thank you for listening and tuning in today. Don't keep us a secret. Go to iTunes, give us a subscribe, a review, and a rating. We would really appreciate that if you could do that, and have a fabulous day. And thanks again for being with us.
See
you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Mighty Married Moms. Tune in twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays to meet fascinating and inspiring guests who will help you create the life you've always wanted.
You can find these episodes and special gifts just for you at mightymarriedmoms.com, as well as a link to our Facebook community,
where we continue the conversation around the kitchen table. Please also help share the love by leaving a review on iTunes. We'll see you next time.